It's NFL playoff time. Time for our Bet On It segment at Cold Hard Football Facts on Football Nation. Hi, everybody. I'm Butch Stearns. He's Kerry Byrne. Kerry, at Cold Hard Football Facts, you guys always have your real and spectacular picks. Now, don't desert us now, Kerry. It's playoff time. Time to let us know who you're picking in what games.
Well, what we do, we size up every game, every week, every opponent in 20 different quality stats in our game tables at Cold Hard Insider, where we have our real and spectacular picks. 29-19 against the spread over the final 3 weeks of the year, kind of a late season surge to salvage our fourth straight winning record against the spread. It was our worst performance in our 4 years this year, but still barely got over 500. But we have a pretty tremendous track record over the long haul, especially in the postseason, because we have a whole season of data, Butch, to separate what makes a team great and what makes a team bad coming into the playoffs.
All right, let's look at the third of the four playoff games this week in this week's Bet On It segment. It's the Indianapolis Colts in Baltimore, 1 o'clock on Sunday, and Andrew Luck and the Colts are getting 6.5 points against the Ravens. But really, the Colts are an overachieving team right now, and the Ravens are an underachieving team, aren't they?
Yeah, the number seems a little big. Yeah, exactly. One team is an overachiever, one team an underachiever. Remember, the Colts were 2-14 last year. This year, not only 11-5 straight up, Butch, but 11-5 against the spread, which is a great number. And by the way, typically in low-scoring games, you know, the over-under has only been 5-10, 5-10-1. They hit the number once, 5 overs, 10 unders. The Ravens, 10-6. We know they've kind of been disappointing. They haven't lived up to what we expected. And the number bears that out too, 6-9-1 against the spread. They've not been meeting public expectations, whereas the Colts have easily been surpassing public expectation week in and week out.
Well, for the hometown fans who bet on games, nothing pisses them off more than a team that goes 10-6 but goes 6-10 basically against the spread, because now they're winning but not winning by enough.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that number to me seems a little big, a touchdown against a team that's been on the rise. I mean, the Colts are still a team with flaws, a team with a young quarterback. But they've been really kind of keeping games close. They've been fighting out tough games, and then kind of beating up Houston the way they did, I thought was a pretty impressive game.
And then when you look at the fact about where they are right now heading into the playoffs, there's no doubt about this. The Colts are on the rise, and the Ravens are a team that's been falling since week one.
I mean, you look at you know, just over the last several weeks, the Colts 5-1 straight up, but also 5-1 against the spread, which I think is pretty impressive. But the Ravens the exact opposite, 1-4 in their last 5 games, and also 1-4 against the spread. These are two teams which going in opposite directions. All year long, Baltimore's been a better team, but if you wonder, the Ravens going down, the Colts going up, is this the week where those two trends intersect? And the Colts actually win outright against a team who's almost a 7-point favorite.
Charts, graphs, data. You've got more info for us today here.
Statistical package, Butch, you know? Let's look. We talked about it in one of our other segments, but we compiled the who's hot and who's not. If you look at passer rating differential, the mother of all stats, the Colts started slow. Generally all season have been on the rise, and right now playing their best football of the year. They're still underwater. They're still negative in passer rating differential, but right now as high as they've been all year playing their best football right now. The Baltimore Ravens started strong, 44-13 win over the Bengals in week 1. It's been all downhill since then, Butch. They're playing their worst football this season right now. So that's what I'm saying. These two trends could intersect in the wildcard round in Baltimore.
So you seem to be painting a picture that the Ravens by 6.5. If you're a betting man, you're going to take the Colts. But if people want to find that out, they go to your real and spectacular.
You come to our real and spectacular picks, and again, we size up every opponent in every game in 20 different indicators, and we also tell you how often each of those stats predict winners and losers, how often they correlate to victory. It's pretty powerful information. So get our full pick there, and you know what? You can just sign up for a week pass, Butch. Now that it's playoff time, that's what you want to do. $9.95 for the week. You like it, you can re-up the following week. You don't like it, you can cancel at any time, or you can ride it right through to the Super Bowl.
If you're watching this video on coldhardfootballfacts.com, just click around. If you're watching it somewhere else, go to coldhardfootballfacts.com and check out their real and spectacular picks and all the numbers that'll help you find out who's really going to go to the Super Bowl.